Welcome to Yellow Skunk Farms, everybody. Quick disclaimer, this is a 21-year-old and up channel, so if you're not 21 years or older, please leave the channel now. Appreciate it. What's up, Coot? Looking good, boy. I know, you're always hungry. Every time you see me now, that's all you want is something to eat. Pooter, too. And there's Scoot. What are you doing, Scooter? I see you. I think you're hiding. Oh, there's Shiner, too. Got everybody out this morning. Everybody's hungry. It looks like we need to add a little bit of water. You can kind of hear the sound there. Changed. Need to add some water. And that is because we cranked up the we cleaned the pump yesterday evening, and then I cranked up the flow a little bit. So I have the pump turned up. I had it turned up to 9. I usually have it on 7. And I was just testing something, and I wanted to see if the more faster the flow, the more wicking action we get, which is pretty crazy, but that's what happens. We get more water in our hole down here. And all you can see is spider webs. But there's water down there, more than was yesterday. And that tells me that my hunch is correct, that the faster the flow, the higher the creek rate raises up, more water wicks into the soil pockets, the more water that runs down into the hole, down into the E horizon. And we also noticed we got our test results back, and we have good news. We got a female here. This obviously was a male, so we'll be cutting that out, obviously. We have a female here. We have OK calyxes. We knew that was feminized. We have male here. And then over there in the corner, that little one was a male. But that one, female. And the two in the center are females. So, out of 8 plants, we got 5. So 5 out of 8 is better than 50-50. And I'll take that any day of the week. That's a win in my book. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 females. And it's perfect. Actually, I couldn't have asked for anything better, because we got 1 in each hole. I was really hoping that was a female, because I didn't want to remove that, because that would open up a big spot. But now we're going to be able to grow this one up nice and big. This one, it's actually a short, stocky plant, but we'll see what happens. She'll usually stretch a little bit when we flip the reds on and change the light cycle. They'll stretch. And we got this one over here in that pocket. We got that one over there in that pocket. And then we've got 2 in the middle. So I could not be happier. And I was really hoping this. I was like, this has got to be a male. But the test results come back as female. So this one, we're going to try and take special care of. You know what I mean? I just removed a finger over here because it was all up in this grass here. Sometimes I like to remove the fingers. This one's got really good branch. This is going to be a big plant. I can already tell you it's going to be a monster. It's going to take up, we'll get it to take up this whole side over here. And then we've got both of those over there, which are great. That one's going to be a beaut, same as this one over here. And this one is different pheno. So we'll see. We had that pheno, and one of them is going to be a female. So I was betting that it was the other way around. I was betting that that was male, because usually the males look better than the females, but opposite this time. And then this one was a sad day actually, because that one was a beauty. But it will be spewing some big old nuts. And we don't want no nuts this time. So what I'm gonna do, we can go ahead and do that now actually. Look at the tomato is starting to. This is a hydroponic tomato. Worms are running through it. Critters are just eating it up. Food. So we're just gonna move it. I'm gonna move it over here. And every day I'll just move it a little bit. Kind of put it over there, put it over here. Guess it don't need to be over here by this one anymore, huh? Let's move it over. Let's bring it over to here. We'll just move some of this out of the way, set it down there. And so now we know what we have. I'm also going to get these tested. I'm going to get him to send Wilson Genetics. He's the Wilson Genetics is who I used. Look him up on Instagram. I'm not sure if he's on YouTube, but he's got his own website. And Instagram is Wilson Genetics. What else am I doing over here? We're cooking IMO. So we're already up into the 90-degree mark. Over 90 degree. We're almost hitting 100 over there. So what this is going to do is cook off, get up to 120 degrees. It's going to release some CO2 down into our room, keep our CO2 up as that cooks. Then we're going to take that, mix it with some APSU soil, and top dress. So we'll cut this out, so we can do that right now. What we're going to do is take grandma's shears and just come right in here. And tip. And we're going to chop and drop this whole thing right in there. And then we're going to take this. We don't need that in there. I really don't want those in there too much. Some of them are cool, but they will break down over time. And, you know, they're very porous, very airy. You know what? Let's leave it in there. We'll just break it up to where the critters can use it as a home. It's not toxic. Might not look that good, but we can break it up like this and it'll break down even faster. Since I have this here, huh? We'll use it. So now I can just take this. And I'm going to chop it as small as I can. Smaller the better. Oh wow. Wow. Luna. Wow. The lunar cheese has got a funk. Well, this one did. I hope the rest of them look like that, smell like that. You know, I can smell some cheese. It literally smells like funky. Oh my goodness. I don't even know. That's weird. It's a green cheese. It's almost like not a fermented like lactic acid bacteria cheese, but like a green cheese almost, like a funky ferment type. I don't even know how to explain it. It's different. And it's only it's only been 15 days sitting in here. Of course, they've been in pots longer than that. Probably closer to 25. So then I'll just Let's take the rest of this out here. See, that just pulls right off. This is a cow pot. You can actually, this will break down right in there too. So the more we break it up, faster it'll get broken down. Kind of like chewing our food before we swallow. Same principle. We chew it up, it'll get down in there, it'll be broken down a whole lot faster. We're going to be covering this up anyway with IMO, so then we just break that down and boom, voila. Little thing there is just chop that up. And like it never even was there. Here's the old root. Just chop this. It's like balsa wood now. There we go. That's one down. Like it was never even there. And we can come over here and do the same. This one here. Stay. That's a good looking plant too. Lots nice branching, nice and tight. This thing would have stretched really nice. But we're not doing seeds this time, so choppy. God, that thing smells so good. This one's got the same kind of smell as the other one over there did. This was the lunar cheese from Luna Whitcomb. That's the Orangeline over here. That one there is Orangeline from OK Calyx. That's a feminized, so we didn't even test that one. We knew that one was a female. But only one deadhead, raspberry deadhead. So we had 2 lunar cheeses, so we only have 2 lunar cheeses left and 3 dead raspberry deadheads. 2 lunar cheeses, 3 raspberries out of 8 plants. That is a win in my book. That is above 50%. Take that to the bank. Now all we gotta do, now we can focus on these plants, and I have to worry about whether they're male or female. Waste our 2 months of really not wasting anything, to be honest with you. I say waste, I'm not wasting. It's kind of just maybe energy, but I'm creating energy with that plant. So I don't see it as a waste of growing a male out and then chopping it, because what I'm doing is feeding the soil sugar by having living roots. Now that I've cut this out, those living roots are going to be food now. Food for all these critters down here. And they'll just be dissolved and go right back into the soil. And they were only in here, this is day, 15? Yeah. So, we were in here for 2 weeks. We got them tested. Now we got those living roots down there that are going to die off. Feed the critters. And come nutrient for this other plant. Hopefully the Orangeline is going to gets her own little spot over here. We'll bend her over as she grows, get her over into this spot here, let her take up all the light. We'll make sure she comes this way. Make sure she grows not out the bed, but into the bed towards this way. So we'll just pull her over this way. Now that we don't have to worry about making room for this one. There we go. Like she was never here. So now we can take this Angeline and we'll just be pulling her this way. Now we'll just let her take up all this. She'll take up all this space. We'll do the same with that one over there. Here we got these two. This one can come this way. That one can go straight up. And this one here, we're gonna. This whole area is all yours, Deadhead. And you look like you are going to be one of the best. This Deadhead and that Deadhead. And we've got the Angeline from OK Calyx here, going to take up that one. And then the lunar cheeses, the two lunar cheeses over there. So we got one more over here. I'm curious as what this smells like. Let's see. It is definitely different. Very green. It's definitely different. But more, I just get a lot of green, a lot of like wet grass almost. Not quite the grass smell, but nowhere near like the lunar. Like when I cut into that lunar over there, it was just distinct. And I was like, ooh. This one more greenish, like not a whole lot there. So, good thing we're going to take her on out of here. Let's spread this out everywhere. Take this out. A couple of these rocks, we don't need all these. Good creek to go. Up. Oh, she was never there. Other than making a mess, you know. Look at this. Other than making a mess, we're good. Alright, now we're set to go on the females. We're going to test these outdoors too. I've got 20 plants here that we are, got some AK-47s, some toxic reds, and some legendary cherry. I'm going to send these off to Wilson Genetics too, now that they're big enough to take some cuts off of. These three I'm not even worried about. Those are some what we just popped, seeds from what we just had. Those are the Marmalade Groves times Yellow Skunk. But happy that these two made it. I was shocked. I thought that one would be a male, just like the other one, but we will definitely, nothing's guaranteed in life, so when we flip the flower, you best believe we will be keeping an eye out. We see nanners or nuts coming, she'll come on out of there with the quickness. Come on out with the quickness. Let's take a look at this new grow over here. We went and got some more rock. So we've got cobblestone. That's what we did yesterday. Went and saw Grandma. Went and got some cobblestone. I was just messing around in here with it, stacking on top of there. You can see how we got a little bit wider here. And that we'll probably concrete some of that in, not all of it. We got another rock we'll put right there, but this is where the creek's going to start, right in here. We're going to have to go up and create the bowls, so this will come on up, maybe have a gap here. We're going to have a rock that's going to come out of the wall and be concreted in there, and it's going to be a bowl, and that water's going to shoot out right there and hit this bowl and circle around and then come out, be forced to come out this way down into another bowl, and then forced out this way down into the creek. So it's going to go boom, 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 and then on down here back into the pond, just like we got over here. Except you can't see the water coming in because of the grass and the dog fennel, not the dog fennel, the grass and the jasmine, and then this ginormous monstera that are back there covering up everything. You can see this one is going to open up for us. That's going to be monster. Let me look at that. You have no idea how much I'm impressed with that. And let me tell you, people, those things are expensive in some places. The more slits they get, so the older they get, seems the more slits they get. I forget what they call these. Something starts with an F. Fractures or frac something. You can look it up. Slits in a monstera. What do they call those? But you can see that they get more and more as it gets older. Back there, it's got some slits in it. And then we've got a different type of monstera here, sent to us by Karma's Earth Angel. She's on Instagram. She's getting ready to hit 100,000 followers on Instagram. Got a new leaf coming here. What we're going to do is take this and transplant it over into here when we get it done. And I'm hoping to get that in some soil over here and let it grow up the sidewall here. Kind of work it around. We'll see. So yeah, that's it for today. We got the males cut out, so now we don't have to worry about contaminating this inside. All we got to do is worry about getting these tested. We'll get those tested, Make sure we don't have, of course we'll still be keeping an eye out. You know, not that I don't trust the test, it's just that it's trust but verify around here. So that's how it's going to be. And I appreciate everybody hanging out. And we shall see you tomorrow. Peace.